Sorry,
Hello.
Craig was caught very off guard. I did not tell him that it was time to start.
A little bit off guard.
So welcome. Thank you all for joining us on our live stream today.
Hello, everybody. The 10 people who are on, thank you very much. We appreciate you waiting and joining us this afternoon, this evening, or morning, depending on where you're at in the world.
Where you are, yeah. It's 6 p.m. here. We can actually hear the call to prayer right now.
Yeah.
So we are doing this live from Gështënjas, which is the village that Craig lives in.
Yes, we're at my house tonight.
Yeah. So this is going to be pretty informal. I guess they really all are. But we are going to talk about just some updates in our lives, some updates with our channels, and we want to talk about a new business that a good friend of ours has started here in Korcha. And then we'll just kind of talk and answer questions and just kind of see where the conversation goes. And then at 7 p.m. our time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern time and noon Central, we'll be switching to Craig's channel to continue the discussion. All right, so it looks like Dan's with us, Michelle, Tona, hey everybody.
Hello.
Robin. All right.
You want to start with Gina's?
Yeah. So we have a good friend named Gina. She's an Albanian that lives here in Korcha, and she has started a new business. Gina has been. Oh, thank you, Tona, for the compliment on my hair. I've been very self-conscious about it, and I've been messing with it for like the last 40 minutes.
It looks amazing, right? Her hair looks fantastic.
It's okay. It's okay. Hello, E. Brown in Arizona. Oh, hey, Jeff. Good to see you. Hello, from North Carolina.
Hello, North Carolina.
Awesome. We got a lot of people bopping in. That's nice. So maybe we'll just wait a minute. We'll let a few more people join before we go to Gina's business.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah. But yeah, we just wanted to give a couple updates. I don't have many. I do want to let everyone know that my channel, it tends to slow down whenever I get really busy with work and my normal job. And now is one of those times. So I typically work like 6 hours a day, but right now I've had a new wave of work come in, so I'm working a lot more than that. So when that happens, I tend to go from maybe 2 videos a week down to like maybe 2 videos a month. So my channel's gonna be a little slow for a couple weeks while I'm working. But I just wanted to let everyone know that I do have a lot of videos coming out. I'm still taking suggestions, and just don't lose faith in me while my channel is slow. Oh, thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, I've pretty much been in the same boat where I have not been good about getting videos out because I've also been very busy. The commodities market's been crazy, and then also Andrea and I go back and forth to each other's houses, and just life in general has taken a lot of time. We've done a bit of traveling and stuff like that for searching for furniture and doctor's appointments and all sorts of different things. So it's been a very hectic few months, and I apologize that I have not gotten out any new videos. I have got like 10 different ones in the magazine, but nothing put together completely yet to finish, and I've had some computer issues I've been sorting through and some updates, and right now all my video files are like everywhere.
He doesn't use the cloud.
I don't. I'm very anti.
They're physically everywhere. There's little SD cards. Is that what they're called? All over.
I have SD cards, USB, solid state drives everywhere, and I've got bits and like some of them are from my Fujifilm camera, some are from my drone, and it's like in order to make a single video, I've got to like go through all of them to get the ones off my little camera, off my phone, off the drone, and off the Fujifilm. So it's just my data is a freaking mess right now. I'm working on getting it organized. I'm updating my computer.
Without the cloud.
I don't like subscriptions. Like that's one of the ways I've saved money in my life is I've never like had a subscription. So that's
I don't think I could survive without them.
Yeah,
but it does cost some money.
She keeps trying to push me to the cloud, and yeah, it's not gonna. I just ordered some more solid state drives, some bigger ones. So I'm gonna try and start new with those and keep things organized going forward. Once my computer's updated and I have things more under control. But long story short, I have a bunch of videos kind of in the chamber ready to go.
I do
I
too.
just need to get them put together and write the scripts and do all the legwork, and I'll start putting out more videos. I'd also like to know, for those of you who follow my channel, what you like to see. If you want to see more history videos, more cooking videos, more guitar videos, which I don't think that's like the worst performing video I've got so far, or just more like my life in Albania sort of stuff. So,
Yeah, I'm taking suggestions too. I've had a lot of really good suggestions from a lot of you, including you, Jeff. You've sent me quite a few good suggestions, and I want you all to know that I've started a list of these suggestions, and some of them I've started making, some of them are in the hopper, and then I also have a series of videos about being a digital nomad, which is a little bit separate. What are you laughing at?
Blue Ridge Rider says more of everything. Okay.
Yes, more. Moving on.
Which is what I want to do. I also want to do like some like I do photography, so I'll maybe throw in some lens review stuff and some things like that. But Jeff pointed out, he says the sound is low. Is the sound
Gotcha.
low for everybody, or
So maybe, I wonder, if I turn this up, would that make a difference?
no? That shouldn't make any difference.
Okay.
So we have microphones for my phone, but we do Andrea's from
Yeah.
her phone, and we haven't gotten microphones for hers because she has an Apple and I have an Android.
Dan says he also says it's low and scratchy. So we had the same issue last week where it was kind of scratchy. So maybe next week we might just do the whole thing on Craig's phone because the sound was really good on his. So I'm sorry for the, we're getting several reports that it's low and scratchy.
We try. You want to press that microphone icon?
Okay,
And see what we're
bear with
gonna
us.
try some tech stuff here.
Yeah, I don't know what's about to happen.
Here's our
So that's not what we wanted.
Okay. Dennis Davidson says seems okay on our end.
Okay, so it probably depends on the device, but yeah, we noticed last week that we had some issues also. So sorry, we're not professionals just yet. I know I did say I was gonna get microphones and I haven't yet.
We will. We'll get them. You know what? We'll get them.
That was mute. Yeah, we
Yeah,
figured that
figured it
out, Dan. Thanks.
We'll get microphones for your phone this week because
Okay.
we have them in town here. I had to order mine.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have them for. They usually do have them for Android. They're just out, but they definitely have them for Apple phones. So we'll pick those up this week. Make
All
sure
right.
that this doesn't happen again. We apologize. We'll talk louder, I guess. I don't know.
We'll just
I'm
yell.
sorry. It's not that bad. No worries. Someone says thank you.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. So one of the things we wanted to talk about was our wonderful friend Gina, and I did ask Tona and Dennis to jump in if they wanted to talk a little bit about her in the comments and talk about their experiences with her. So Gina is an Albanian friend of ours who has just been an absolute lifeline for a lot of the expats who have recently moved here. She has just been wonderful and helpful in so many ways. She's also our ship teacher, our Albanian language teacher. So we meet with her once a week and she gives us Albanian lessons. She is a professional teacher, so she's really good and very patient with us because many of us don't do our homework and don't quite keep up very well, but she's very patient with us. But she's also been available to us to help us just kind of navigate life here, like communicate with the locals, find doctors. She's helped people with opening bank accounts and like going shopping and just so many things. And it's just been such a huge help. So she has recently started a new website that is a wonderful resource for anyone moving to Korcha, or maybe even within, I don't know, driving distance of Korcha. And her new website is www.howcanihelp.al. So you can, if you go to that website, you can see some of the services that she offers, and basically just about anything for an expat moving here. And trust me, when you move here, having someone like that is just super helpful.
Do you want to go through what she has on her website here?
Sure. So I'll just read off some of the services that she has listed. Language support. She knows English, Greek, and Italian. And again, she's a professional teacher. She's been doing it for years. She's excellent. She helps with housing assistance. So if you need guidance in finding an apartment or buying, she can help you with that. Banking, setting up a local bank account can be a hassle.
It can be.
It certainly can, and she can help you with that. Documents and paperwork. She'll help you if you need a notarization or if you need professional translations, which is a thing here when you're applying for your residency permit. You have to have certain documents translated, but it has to be done by a local professional translator. You can't just use...
Yeah, it has to be very specific, so they will make like an exact copy. Like if your document has letterhead on it and things like that, they will make an exact copy of it to mimic all the color bars and the letterhead and everything
Logos,
else,
yeah.
logos and everything. Like it'll look exactly like the same document, except it will be in Shqip, which is Albanian, and
instead of in English.
And then they
that's
have
important.
a stamp they put on it so that the immigration office knows that it was done by a professional
right.
local.
So you can't just like take your document and like translate it in Google or in
I
like
tried it.
Microsoft Word or something like that.
Doesn't fly.
And no, they want, if there's like a blue color bar at the top of the document, that has to be in the translated document as well. And it's like
Yeah.
it has to be exact, but in Albanian instead, and then the stamp and everything.
Yeah. Some of the other things she has listed is shopping tips. She can help you discover some of the best spots for food, clothing, and everyday essentials. And that's super helpful because especially in a smaller town like this, we've been able to find a lot of the things that we want and need, but it took a long time because one store might have one thing and the other won't. And so she can help you to save a lot of time by pointing you in the right direction. She also offers healthcare support. She can offer assistance in booking medical appointments and filling prescriptions, which again is super helpful around here. I go to doctors in Tirana because they have English websites and they have English speaking staff, but if you want to stay local, they might not have as many English speakers or maybe none at all on staff, and Gina can be there to help you schedule the appointments, maybe help translate for you during the appointments, and again, that's just super helpful. Especially with a healthcare appointment when you want things translated accurately.
Yeah.
She can help you with utilities setup, setting up your phone, electric cable, internet. She can help you with locating your preferred religious services. And she can just help you with everyday guidance. So again, her website is howcanihelp.al. The link is in the description of this video as well as the description of my channel.
And Dennis also chimed in and says that the website is often updated and there'll be things added to it coming soon. So.
Wonderful. So I believe he's the web designer. Thank you, Dennis. And Tona, so she's talking a little bit about, sorry, I haven't looked at the comments much. So Tona's talking a little bit about their experiences with Gina. And I think you're the first one to meet Gina and bring her into our world. So thank you, Tona and Dennis. But they've had a lot of help with Gina helping them out, and Tona says, Gina's mom will fill your fridge with home-cooked Albanian food at least once a week. She is sending food over. And I'm sure it is absolutely amazing. I've seen pictures.
People are saying the sound is good now, so I don't know I don't know what the deal is with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the microphone. It's just that we're using the microphone that's built into the phone, so yeah, we'll change that next week anyway, and we'll have something a little bit better, hopefully.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try to go back to some of the comments and see what
People
we've missed
like
here.
that we coordinate our outfits. We're both we're both in black. It was not
This was
intentional.
not planned.
We just ended up both in black
Wow,
today.
we look depressing today.
I know, it's like when we had a funeral earlier today, so this is how we
It's
dressed.
not true. That's not true. This
Um,
wasn't planned at all. I actually wanted to put on something with a little bit more color in it, but I'm limited on options today.
Somebody also said that this is the Albanian uniform,
It
in
is.
black. Yes, so
It
I guess
absolutely is.
we're just
Black
trying
is-
to fit in, I guess.
Yeah, black is a very common color around here. All right. Let's see. Dan says we're just missing the puffy black jacket. Yes, you are correct.
You need a puffy jacket that's also shiny.
Yes.
Which is kind of a thing here.
So if you've been to Albania, anywhere in Albania in the winter or fall, you'll know that about 80% of people, particularly the men, have one style of puffy jacket.
Yeah, your typical down puffy jacket.
Yeah.
It's funny, when I was visiting here, I was in Vlor, and I came here from Maine, and so I'm kind of a thick-blooded person. And it was, I think, October, but it's Vlora, which is on the coast, which is pretty temperate and pretty warm. And I went to go out in the evening for dinner, and I had on a t-shirt and shorts. But the Albanians, like when the calendar hits a certain date, they just start dressing for winter. So I'm in t-shirts and shorts, and everyone else is in puffy jackets. They got knit hats on and stuff. And I'm like, it's like 70 degrees.
You know, it's funny you say that. Where were we yesterday? I saw a lady. It was a little bit cool out. Oh no, it was when we were at our language class on Friday. You weren't there, but we went to the 7 Cafe, and it was cool. I had a light jacket on, but a girl walked in looking like there were like 3 feet of snow outside. Like she had this huge puffy jacket, a scarf, and like the full knit cap on with like the little ball on top. It was so funny.
That's the Albanian thing. They don't care what the temperature is. It's like the calendar hits a certain date, and now
and it's winter.
We're in our winter wardrobe, and that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
No matter how warm it is outside. I was literally sweating, and I'm looking around at people in down jackets and knit hats.
All right. Let's see. Michelle says she needs someone like Gina here in, how do you say that again?
Lizzie?
Lizzie. Yeah, she's wonderful. But yeah, probably a little too far away to help you out over there. I mean, you can always ask her and see.
Yeah.
If you need advice, I'm sure she'd be happy to give it to you.
What's it like over there right now, Michelle and Dan? Is it like a ghost town? Are people pretty much cleared out? I remember, I know a little bit about that area, and I think it's kind of like southwestern Albania, like Saranda and stuff, where you get past the season and all of a sudden like there's almost nobody around. So I'm just curious if there's still a lot of people around, or if you've got the whole town to yourself. And hopefully you can find somebody like Gina there. I'm sure there's got to be somebody that
maybe Gina can tell us who the local Gina is over there.
She might know someone, right? They're pretty far away, so probably not. But
I don't know. It's a small country.
It is a small.
Yeah.
It's a small.
It seems like everyone knows
big
everyone,
country
even
because,
like across towns.
Yeah, Albania is weird in that it's a small country, but it's also really big in that because there's so many big mountains. The towns that are really close on the map can take an hour and a half to get to from one to the other because there's just no clear road to get there. You have to go all through these mountain passes, and so it can take to get from one place to the other. It can take a really long time. Like we've talked about going to the coast, and the coast from here, if you go to Dores, that's maybe like 3 hours. But if you wanted to go to Saranda or Vlor and go the southern route, it's a good 6-hour drive. You look on the map, and if you could go direct, it would probably be an hour. But given the topography and everything else, it takes a really long time to get from one place to another. We've never made it north of Kruja. We both want to go up to Skodra and maybe even go up and visit Dan and Michelle and of course Valentino.
And of course Valentino.
But it's actually a pretty, even though it's not that far, it is far.
It is,
when it comes to driving.
There have been times where I wanted to take a weekend trip and go to Saranda or go to the southern areas, but the amount of time we would spend driving around those mountains to get there, it would take, you need more than a weekend. And then with my work schedule, I can't travel much during the week, so I really need to plan a whole week to go down there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see where we are. Sounds great. Dan says it responds to Andrea's hand position. So is my weight, is it picking up my hand movements or something? I'm a hand talker. I can't talk without my hands. I don't know what I would do without waving my hands around when I talk. I don't think you'd understand me at all. All right, Jojo. Hey, good to see you, Jojo. Jojo says I'm looking at her website and she would be a great resource to help someone get started on their journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a nice lady too.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
So Michelle's saying that the Shenzhen, which is where they live out near the beach, is a ghost town, but the main city, which is Leze, which is a few kilometers away from where they live, is actually still open and busy. And that makes sense. The beach communities are very summer oriented, and the inland communities are very, very permanent and year round. So it's one of the reasons that I think you as well, Andrea and I chose to live in Pogradec, is it doesn't get too crazy here in the summer, but it's still very active, and there's concerts, and there's loungers on the beach, and there's stuff going on, lots of festivities and little festivals, things like that. But it doesn't get kind of nuts like the coast can get.
Sure.
But in the winter, everything is pretty much still open. So it's a year-round town. There's always something to do in Pogradec. There's even still some festivities and stuff in the winter. But some of these beach communities on the coast can be turned into ghost towns. I think I talked about this in our last live stream. I went to Semil in the off season. By the off season, I mean like this time. It was like October. It wasn't like December or January or anything like that. It was still nice. You could still go swimming. I went swimming in the ocean and everything, and it was dead. There was nobody there. I had a really hard time finding a place to stay. The worst thing was I spent 45 minutes walking around the town just looking for a place to eat because every restaurant was closed but maybe two.
And for those of you who don't know where Semil is, it's an unbelievable. What I hear is really touristy, really busy during the summer.
It exists only for tourists. It's south of Saranda, and it's just north of the ancient city of Butrent, which is an archaeological site, Illyrian, Greco-Roman city, Byzantine, Venetian. It's been there for a long time, and it's seen many peoples come and go. So it's a really cool place to visit. Butrent's an amazing place. I'm going to be doing a video on that. That's one of the ones I have footage for, but I've got to like locate all the bits of footage so I can put it all together and then make the video. So yeah, that's the deal with Semil. It's crazy in the summer, music, beach parties, that kind of stuff, and in the off season, it's just a complete ghost town.
Yeah. And I also appreciate that in Pokerdetch, it got a little loud during the summer because I live right in downtown. So when sometimes I would hear a loud band and it would be kind of noisy, but not every night and not even every weekend was it crazy noisy. And typically when I did hear a loud band, I think they would typically wrap up around midnight. Like it didn't go super late, like 1 or 2 in the morning. So it was tolerable for those of you who don't like a lot of noise or a super busy, crowded summer beach life.
Yeah, out here in the village, it's nice and quiet.
It's always quiet, yeah.
My neighbors actually had some festivities a couple times, and they were playing music. But it was, like older traditional Albanian music, which I actually really enjoyed. So it was, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And inside, I couldn't hear anything. I did see a comment. Somebody had asked if we had been to Korcha, and the answer to that is yes. I've been to Korcha many times. Andrea's been a few times. We have to go there to deal with some of our residency permit things, and it is just a fantastic town. They call it the Paris of Albania, which is a bit of a stretch, but it is a really, really quaint, nice town. It's got some really beautiful old cobblestone neighborhoods with some beautiful architecture. Really fun place to go. Good food. There's an old bazaar that's been rehabbed that has a lot of old traditional buildings, and it's really a quaint and nice place to go.
Yeah.
And I took Andrea there for the first time, so I was really excited about that. So it's like, oh, you're gonna love this town, and
yeah.
And I took my parents there as well, and they also loved it. Korcha it's a really nice. It's bigger than Pogradec as well, so you can there's more things available, but it's a really
good place to shop. Yeah.
Great place to shop.
But wonderful place to walk around as well. I got a little irritated with going there so frequently because I had some issues getting my residency permit, so I made frequent trips to the immigration office. But the people there at the immigration office were absolutely lovely and very helpful. Yes. My issues were due to my own stupidity and not getting a lawyer and making a lot of mistakes on my application that you can certainly avoid if you just get a lawyer.
Get the residency. Anybody out there who's considering coming to Albania, getting your residency permit it can be a bit of a hassle, and I did it myself without a lawyer, and it was a lot of work, a lot of paperwork, and it was just a difficult thing to go through. But
it's hard to understand what, like, you might turn in your paperwork and then it'll all get rejected, or at least that was my case, and I didn't understand why, because I thought I was turning in the right documents. And there was just a lot of unnecessary back and forth that a lawyer can help you with.
And the back and forth usually is just like, here's your rejected documents and no explanation as to why they were rejected.
Yeah.
And I even had a situation where I would submit a document one day and it would be rejected, and I'd be like, I don't know what else they want, so I just resubmit it, and then it would be accepted. So
I had that happen a couple times, but then there were certain documents that they just kept rejecting, and I later on found out why. But talking to a lawyer was so affordable and so helpful. And I talked to a lawyer in Tirana, and she knew someone at the immigration office in Korcha. She made a phone call. She was able to smooth out some issues and answer my questions. And it was like, I think she was charging 150 euros, which is on the lower end.
Definitely.
I think most of them charge at least 200 euros, but that's for the whole process from start to finish. And Tona says that Gina knows someone in the immigration office, so there you go. Contact Gina and she can help you.
Yeah, it's if you want to come here, I highly recommend that you consult an attorney. And I guess that's another update is you have your residency.
I have my residency permit.
We picked up the little plastic card with a picture on it. It's like completely official now.
I'm official.
She's officially a resident, and now I am close to renewal, which I'm like dreading. And I need to like go.
Hopefully that'll be a lot smoother.
Renewal is supposed to be a lot easier, but everything's relative. So I might actually even just go to the lawyer for that as well.
Yeah.
Just to make things less of a hassle.
And she was willing to do a consultation and answer a lot of questions for 50 euros, and because you won't need that whole process, so it will probably be pretty affordable if you just.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the lawyer that we use is in Tirana. It'd be nice to have one local.
Yeah.
But she's really good.
She's
so it's
really
worth it.
helpful, and
Yeah.
she wanted me to come all the way to Tirana to sit and meet with her for about 8 minutes, because she didn't, she wasn't familiar with like Zoom or anything, so that was a little bit of a hassle, but it was so worth it.
That is kind of I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, she solved all my problems in that 8 minutes, so it was worth it. I was happy to do it.
That is one of the charming and also frustrating things about Albania is they are very much, we want to do business face to face.
Yeah.
And they don't really like trying to text with people can be difficult. Trying to do anything like over a Zoom meeting, like they want you to come and sit down, probably have a rakia.
Fortunately, she didn't offer me any rakia that day.
And have like a face-to-face conversation, which is which I really, in some ways I really like. It's really charming.
Yeah.
But
there are times where it's inefficient, and it's hard to rush around when you're living in Albania. I think it's just move a little bit slower here.
Yeah.
And that's just the way
for
it
better
is.
or for worse.
Yeah.
There's sometimes you really appreciate it, and sometimes like I just want to like text back and forth a few times and not have to.
Yeah, I was
do
like,
all that
if we could just meet via Zoom and I can send you money via PayPal or something, but no, that's not how we do it. All right, Jeff says this is the biggest little town you'll ever visit, and yeah, I agree with that. Michelle, she says, actually, there are 3 restaurants and 1 small grocery store. Well, there you go.
Oh, that's
you have
good.
options.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you have the 3 restaurants open. That's great.
All right, and Tona says she wants to do 3 days and 2 nights in Korcha. That sounds like a good amount of time. You can walk around. It's not a huge city, so you can get quite a bit done. See the bazaar, see some of the monuments, and get some good food.
Yeah, when we were there, there's a World War II monument with a large statue at the top.
Oh, it was really cool.
It's at the top of the hill, so you hike up to the top of the hill and you have a beautiful panoramic view of the city in front of you, and it's a really nice spot. And then, as I said, there's several really old neighborhoods that have a lot of that you can just to wander around. And then we found a really, like, just wandering through the old neighborhoods, we found a fantastic hole-in-the-wall French restaurant.
I mean, it was in the most obscure place, like in the back of an old neighborhood on a cobblestone street.
Yeah, in what used to be a house, and then we sat in the courtyard there, and we had a really fantastic meal.
An amazing meal. So the chef was also the host and the
he was
waiter,
everything.
and I think he was the only one there.
He was the dishwasher. He was everything from the chef to the dishwasher to the host and the waiter. Yeah.
But the food was absolutely amazing. His company was wonderful, and it was just such a good time.
And it was very well done. The interior was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was something like Little Paris, maybe.
Yeah.
It was something. I think it was Le Paris, maybe.
Yeah.
I believe. If you're in Korcha and you like French food, I would give it 5 out of 5 stars.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
And it was on the map. So I think we typed in French restaurant or something like that, and we were able to find it on Google.
It's near the cathedral. Like if you go behind the cathedral into that neighborhood, it's back in there. But I had seen it before and had wanted to eat there.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you and I went, I was like, well, let's go to try this and see if we can find this French restaurant that's back
Yeah.
here in this neighborhood. And then we Googled it to see, just to make sure we could find it. And turns out we Googled it and we were like 3 doors down from where it was.
And I think he had a prepared menu of what was it, a 3-course meal?
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was so well done, and it was 3,000. How much was it? Around 3,000
for the whole meal?
Yeah.
I think it was more like it was about €40 or maybe $50, but we got it. You know, we also got wine and.
Yeah, we had a couple glasses of wine, and we had again the 3 courses, which is a little pricey for Albania, but it was absolutely well worth it.
Fantastic.
And for €40, it was a really good meal.
I want to say 3,300 lek, maybe 3,500 lek plus you leave a tip, so like €40, something like that. And then he also had a regular menu that had lots of items on it as well. And apparently, you just go in the kitchen and make this stuff. And I can't imagine there's anything on that menu that isn't delicious. And we're both looking forward to going back there.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Michelle says she's enjoying the quiet, but it's not for everyone. Yeah, I hear you. Some people really enjoy the quiet. I'm one of those people, but some people need the noise. Dan says, I finally got my Vespa. Yay!
Oh, yay! All right.
I love having my own wheels. I flew to Genoa and rode to Bari. I applied for Italian insurance. I'm still waiting to hear from them. Albanian insurance took 10 minutes.
Oh, that's fantastic, Dan. We're very excited that you got your Vespa. I'm a big Vespa fan, and actually would like to get one.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I'm a little afraid of driving here to be on one, but you're in like the perfect place for that because you can roll around in your community and it's pretty much empty right now, and that sounds like an awful lot of fun. How is it? Have you been riding around on it a lot and enjoying it and getting a lot of use out of it?
I'm sure he has, and I'm sure we'll be seeing some videos soon.
You should get on that thing and take it all the way here and come visit us.
No, don't do that. I would just don't. Take a car. I'd feel terrible.
Yeah.
Coming over that mountain, no way. Jeff says a Korcha Christmas video would be great. That is a fantastic idea, and we already kind of talked about that.
We did talk about that. Korcha is kind of renowned for its Christmas. They really go all out. There's a heavy Orthodox presence. Like Albania is, I say mostly Muslim, but you see a lot of Orthodox as well. But Korcha in particular is heavily Orthodox. It's very close to the Greek border. There's a lot of Greek speakers there as well, and they go all out for Christmas. That's the other one of the wonderful things about Albania is whether you're Muslim or Orthodox or atheist, people celebrate each other's holidays. So even if you're Muslim, you're celebrating Christmas and going to the Christmas markets and everything. But Korcha, they put the lights out and they deck the whole city out for Christmas, and there's an ice skating rink and it's great.
It sounds like a lot of fun. We're really looking forward to going. And Jeff, you can count on a Christmas Korcha video
for sure.
All right. So Gina, again, she says, or Tona says that Gina knows a guy in immigration, so Gina's a good resource to talk to.
She's got a guy.
She's got a guy. And she says, to be fair, though, Gina knows everyone, which is absolutely true and why she's such a great resource.
Dan says the Vespa, he knows it. He didn't quite see the whole comment, but he was talking about somebody who went from Chicago to somewhere on the Vespa, and he said, going from there to here on the Vespa is very doable. Don't do it, Dan.
Please don't. He was joking.
It's a little too dangerous. Be careful. Just enjoy riding around your area.
Michelle says, yay for residency. I got a lot of congrats from Jojo, Tona. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, it was quite a long journey. I had a lot of challenges, but again, you can jump right over all those challenges if you talk to them.
Yeah. Just put it in someone else's hands who not only do they have a better idea of what they're doing, but they usually know people in the offices, so they have a more of a personal relationship, which goes
That was super helpful because at one point I extended a deadline and I would have potentially been here illegally for a short period of time, but my lawyer was able to talk to the people at immigration and kind of smooth things over and get things moving along quickly since I was running late.
Yeah, so if your lawyer knows somebody, that personal relationship you know,
It goes a long way.
It's invaluable, and not only on top of that, but I think also immigration services takes things a little more seriously when it comes from the law office, as opposed to Joe Schmo from America who submits half the right documents and half the wrong documents.
Yes.
So I think they take it.
And I was Joe Schmo in that scenario.
Yeah, and me as well. Like I did it all myself, but it was very difficult, and I would never do that again by myself. I would hire someone.
And I will say that I spent about $300 extra dollars, actually euros, so more like 350 extra dollars on mistakes. So if I would have just paid the $200 for the lawyer, I would have saved that extra money up front. Because I thought I was saving money by skipping the lawyer, and I ended up just spending more with mistakes. All right. Tona, apartments to rent or buy, it's face-to-face and an introduction by a local.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
If you try to find something online, you're going to pay double, maybe even triple the price than if you have a local friend or have knowledge of somebody here that can kind of help you, and they will find you the better deals. Most things aren't going to be online. That's one of the reasons I started helping people with finding apartments and stuff. It either won't be online at all, and you'll just have to kind of walk around town and see, you know, have a sign hanging on their building that something's for rent, or it'll be on like an obscure Albanian website. There's like kind of like an Albanian Craigslist here called Yep, and you know, no foreigner is gonna find that and see that there's things listed on there. So yeah, if you just go on to like Century 21 and try to rent a place, you're gonna probably pay a lot more. And a lot of people, particularly locals, complain about that because the more people who go on to like these big websites and rent out, kind of pushes all the prices up for everybody.
For sure, yeah.
And that's not good for locals who I think live on an average of about 500 to 600 euros a month.
Yeah.
So try and keep the rent prices low.
Is that our Gina? Right here? Gina
I think
says,
so.
yes, you're right. Korcha is called Little Paris. So hi, Gina. We I don't know when you popped in, but we told everyone about your website and your services, and we appreciate you so much.
Yes,
Thank
we
you
do.
for all of your help. Gina's taking me to go get my nails done on Tuesday, because it's hard to communicate what you want and to find these places when you don't have someone like Gina. So I'm really happy that she's going to be able to take me to her friend to get my nails done. I know Tona and some other of the ladies here have had their nails done there, and they look fabulous. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Gina, maybe you can take me to get my haircut because I've had some issues with haircuts here. Like there's just basically for men, there's like one Albanian haircut.
There's one haircut for
and no
men.
matter what I tell the guy cutting my hair, he's just like, oh, you just want me to take everything off the sides? I'm like, no, I want a little bit off here, and then they do the same thing.
You
no matter
look
what.
handsome.
Thank you. Well, I haven't had it cut in a long time. It was I just haven't gotten what I wanted when it comes to haircuts, so I'll have to bring Gina with me.
Yes, oh for sure, yeah.
So she can explain, no, he doesn't want the standard, he just wants it I just want the wispies cut off. That's all I really ever want.
And that's, again, just the value of having someone like Gina to help you with these appointments. I mean, sometimes it's just hard to communicate, even when they do speak English. Sometimes there's just still a barrier to communication. Dan says, I found La Paris on maps. Yes, that's the one.
Yes,
Paris. So La Paris in
La
Korcha.
Paris Bistro, in Korcha,
Yes.
5 stars.
If you
Highly
go
rated.
to Korcha, please have lunch or dinner at La Paris, which you can find on Google.
That gives me an idea. So maybe next time we're on Korcha, we'll go there and make a video.
Yeah.
At the place.
Oh, that would be
Help
wonderful.
them promote.
Oh, for sure.
We'd like to try and
Any excuse to eat there again.
any excuse to eat there again, and it's nice to like help out like local businesses that we really appreciate. And
Yeah.
like, and everyone, you know, you'll go to restaurants and it'll be good or whatever, but every once in a while you stumble across something like that where it's just like you're completely blown away.
Yeah, it was such a special experience.
I
It was
think,
really nice.
There was the restaurant in Voskapoja as well, which was I think was called Voskapoja Tavern. I think was the name of the restaurant, and it was probably our, you know, that and the French restaurant are probably our 2 favorite restaurants in all of Albania.
Voskapoja, yes.
And that was all-
Voskapoja Tavern is in Voskapoja, which is a kind of out of the way, interesting little town that we did a couple videos on. We live streamed from there as well. But it had the best restaurant I think I've been to in Albania, and that's really saying something because I've never had that. Like all the food here is amazing. But Voskopoje Tavern is worth going way out of your way for. It was so good.
Absolutely. It's a little town up in the mountains outside of Korcha, and it used to be this bustling metropolis. It was the
For
only
centuries,
for
right?
a century. For about a century and a half. And it was kind of even under the Ottomans, it was a cultural gem of Byzantine culture and everything, and you know, Greek, Albanian, and in particular a Romanian people living there. And a Romanians are Eastern Latins basically. So even though they were in the Greek part of the Roman Empire, they still spoke Latin. And those three cultures kind of came together there, and they had this really amazing, bustling city. They had the only printing press outside of Constantinople and all of Eastern Europe. So it was this cultural gem, and eventually it was destroyed by the Ottomans. But I made an entire video on it, so if you're interested in history of that kind of stuff, I made a video on it. Gështënjas, the lost Roman Byzantine refuge, I think is what I named the video. And it's a fascinating place. The whole town is built of stone, so all the buildings are stone, the streets are all stone.
And it's absolutely beautiful. Even the newer buildings that they've put in, they try to mimic that stone look, and it's just really scenic and beautiful. And it is interesting walking around like the outskirts of town. There's just like these old walls, like ruins, just everywhere.
You'll see lots of piles of rocks, and it's, you know, these used to be buildings. So the town used to have somewhere between 40 and 70,000. It's probably closer to 40,000 people during its heyday. And now there's like maybe 800 people who live there permanent year round. So like the Ottomans really just got tired of them being there, even though they were under the Ottoman Empire, but then they were allowed to continue on with their Greco-Roman ways. But eventually they started conspiring to undermine Ottoman rule, and the Ottomans kind of had enough of it and went in and just destroyed the entire city. So now
Very interesting history.
It's an incredibly interesting history. At one point it had, I think, 25 Byzantine churches, and I believe there are still 8 left.
So a lot of churches for that small town.
a lot of churches, but they're really, you know, some of the frescoes are pretty amazing, and they've worked hard to restore them because the Ottomans basically burned all the buildings, so they had to go through and get all the ash and everything off some of the old frescoes. And really cool place. Another 5 out of 5 stars place.
Yeah, absolutely, and some great hiking around there also.
Fantastic hiking, lots of good trails.
Nicole says hi. Sorry I'm late. Glad you're here, Nicole. Good to see you.
Hi, Nicole.
Michelle, Dan wrote a genuine buddy from Chicago to San Francisco. What?
Vespa from Poberdek is very.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's doable for sure, but
a genuine buddy.
I think that's probably some kind of scooter or a small bike.
Oh my god.
I mean, look, we just want Dan to be safe.
Yes.
You know? maybe we'll come out and see you guys.
He says Poberdek is just around the block.
Right.
Tona says, great thing about Pokerdech is cake and pastry shops on every block. I had chocolate cake for supper. You are correct, and I try so hard to avoid those places because I can never get just one thing. The pastry shops here are just unbelievable.
They really are. Yeah, that's something we haven't talked about is the desserts here. The pastry shops, bakeries, the Albanians have that down to a science, and you can get some. Even here in the village, we have a small supermarket here in the village, and they have a refrigerator, and it's got like some little cheesecakes and stuff in it, and then everything in there is just absolutely delicious. And I'm assuming there's some yaya, which is like a word for grandmother, somewhere in the village here that makes all these and stocks the refrigerator there, and they're there in their little cups. Aww. And one day
they're super affordable
and absolutely delicious. The Albanians have a sweet tooth for sure. They like things sweet,
and they do it well.
They do it well, absolutely.
All right, where are we? Gina, haha, we have services even for you, Craig.
Good to know. Yeah, well, my next haircut, I'm gonna bring you with me. I need
wonderful.
Need help with that.
Oh yeah, Tona says it's not all about us gals. Yep, that's true. That's true. Guys want to be pretty too. Yeah, absolutely. I know Jesse takes his haircuts pretty seriously and really likes looking dapper. Dennis, handsome, not pretty. Mike Rubin, your favorite Albanian village and hike. Ooh, okay. We may have just gone over it.
Yeah, I think Voskopoja so
Yeah.
far. We haven't been to. I mean, I've seen more of the country than you have. So we have a lot more to explore together.
Yeah.
But even with everything else I've seen, including going to the hot springs in Permet and some other places like that. Well, I think Voskopoja is my favorite, but also we did Maliakate, which is the big mountain right here on the border
Yeah.
of Macedonia and Albania, right here in Pogradec. So you probably see it in a lot of our pictures and so forth. It's that big
The
mountain.
big
on
mountain in the
side of lake.
background.
It
It's in the background of everything that we do.
that is an absolutely spectacular hike. It's otherworldly, and we're looking forward to getting back up there again.
Yeah, you can see, both the lakes from the top of the mountain. It is absolutely
Yeah,
breathtaking.
but you can see. So when you get to the top, you see Lake Prespa and Lake Ohrid, which is the one here in Pogradec, and you can see North Macedonia, Greece, and Albania all. They all come together really close to right there. So
Yeah.
it's a really cool, magical place.
Yeah,
Alpine hiking for sure.
yeah. Dan says, I loved that video. The printing press story was fascinating.
Oh, he's talking about my history of Voskopoja.
Yeah.
If you're one of our followers and you live in the area and you haven't made it out to Voskopoja, it is truly one of those off the beaten path hidden gems, and I guarantee you won't regret it. It's up in the mountains. Even if you don't do anything, even if you just sit in your Airbnb and on the balcony and drink wine the whole time, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. And if any of my subscribers haven't subscribed to Craig's channel yet, please check it out. The link is in the description. That's where we're going to be continuing this discussion. His channel is fantastic. It's really well done. His videos are much more professional than mine. And just a lot of really interesting information about the history of some of these kind of off the beaten path places, which I find absolutely fascinating. So please check it out. And also, we're going to be jumping over there actually in just a few minutes. I just realized the time. The time went really fast.
It did.
But we're at 7 o'clock our time, 1 o'clock Eastern.
Yes.
Whatever the
1 o'clock Eastern
next
time.
hour is.
Yeah.
We're going to be continuing our discussion on Craig's channel. So hopefully you'll bounce with us over there.
Basically 12 minutes from now we'll
Yes.
be on my channel.
Thank you. I overcomplicated that. Dan says safe is overrated. I really appreciate your mentality on that, Dan.
Yeah.
I really do, but we also
We are concerned about your safety.
concerned about your safety. All right. Nicole says you had me at pastry shops. Yeah. Nicole, they are just. I'm telling you, I have to stay away from them. I try not to even walk too close to the door, because once you smell it, you're just pulled right in.
Absolutely. The bakeries too.
Yeah.
Great bread.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure. Gina says you have to explore Darda and Korcha.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
It's on the list.
I think James did a video there recently, didn't
Yeah, he did, and I believe it's actually one of the few places around here that actually has a ski slope. It's pretty small, but they do have one. And
he? Doesn't Voskopoja have a ski slope?
Voskopoja, there's skiing in Voskopoja. We don't know whether it's cross country or downhill, but
Gotcha,
the one
that's
in
right.
Darda
We never did
is downhill. They actually have a little lift or one of those T-bar pulleys or something
Oh,
like that. I
nice.
think.
Okay.
But it's really it's not Vail. It's like a 1 or 2 run little
Sure.
ski place, and we don't get that much snow here, but we're definitely putting that on the list. There is a national park there as well that looks really beautiful.
It looks really pretty.
So we're gonna make it there, promise.
Nicole says, have you been to
Butrint, yes.
Butrint. I have a hard time saying it. Butrint. So I have not.
I have, and I'm putting together a video for it. It's just a matter of time. That might be the next video I do.
I'm
So, yeah.
dying to get down there. It
Yeah.
looks fascinating, and I'm looking forward to your video. Yeah, I vote for that one being your next one.
Okay. I'll try and get the Butrint video put together.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Again, we are popping over to Craig's channel now to continue our discussion, and his channel is linked down below in case you are not already subscribed. Yeah, so I guess we'll wrap this up, and we'll see you all on Craig's channel. Thanks, everyone.
Hope to see you there. Thanks for coming.